Dire team's turn to pick.
Like
Wind Ranger
disruptive.
at your
It
service.
seems so strange to me that they want a Crystal Maiden.
Last pick as for Abed.
Kind of inclined to agree. They ban out the Storm Spirit, so it seems that's what Tigers are thinking. What is the ideal last pick for Fnatic?
10
It either has to
seconds
face
remaining.
a PL or a Wind Ranger mid.
5
Well,
seconds
couldn't,
remaining.
Tigers, aren't Tigers going to last pick their mid?
Yeah, Tiger could pick it there.
They're gonna-
this
I
one.
mean,
Yeah, they could
it's
change it up,
flexible,
but like
that's
you
the
have to have it ready for those, I guess.
Is Abed Invoker in the cards here?
I think PL is a little too scary.
Yeah.
I was thinking that,
I
but
think a stable mid like a Kunkka sounds decent because that's
Okay.
just one of
Dire
those heroes
team's
that
turn to
is
pick.
pretty good matchups against most people.
Radiant
And
team's
I
turn
like
to pick.
Kunkka.
He's spent.
DK.
DK.
I'd say it's a similar idea to Kunkka, where it doesn't have any terrible matchups. You're always going to have an okay time mid. You're not worried about being counterpicked. And actually, this hero X is a better counter to the PL, perhaps.
are they going to go
Yes.
Lina?
Jeez, these illusions. Attack slow and breathe fire.
Yep.
Good.
They would definitely want another carry to go alongside PL. I'm not.
You don't think
convinced
Lina
Wind
carries
Ranger-
harder?
10
scale.
seconds remaining.
They like KYX1 and Wind Ranger. He's going to play 3 positions, I say.
I see.
It's
5
like one of
seconds
his
remaining.
best heroes going back to when he used to play mid and carry.
I like SF here with BKB.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That's an underpicked hero. I agree.
He does feel a little. I mean, with the DK too, just like.
Yeah, that's one hero that can destroy a DK.
And it always just feels so good when there's no one that cancels BKB because that's just like you know.
And they have good
SF
setup
gaming.
for him too. Elder Titan, Bane, Wind Ranger, all of them have ways to let him get off that perfect position. Good ultis, good raises.
I'm expecting some kind of fringe pick though for In Your Dream, like a Monkey King mid or something here. That's something he's done a few times.
That is a
Plays these out there heroes.
that's a hero against DK, huh?
Yeah, I
That's-
don't think it's a bad
Ooh,
pick.
Guys, Huskar. So.
Husker.
Huh?
Yeah, I see the Huskar. I
This
see.
looks pretty good. I don't know. You're talking fringe picks.
I like Shadow Fiend more though.
I mean, I'm down with Shadowfiend
Yep.
100%. But in terms of these C games, you know, maybe it's just kind of fresh in their minds. They're like, yo, how do you feel about Huskar?
That's
Is
how
he
they
a
feel.
goddamn hero?
I think it's been proven now Huskar doesn't need a defensive support to really shine.
Yeah.
But I'd still like to see some Huskar Oracle games. It's also not awful. You know, it seems like we've forgotten how good Oracle Huskar or Dazzle Huskar, and I would worry about him as a standalone kind of core here without any real defensive, I don't know, a lot of control. Enough stuns that I wouldn't really want to be playing Huskar here.
Admiral
It's
Kung
Choose your
Kunkka the other
hero.
way.
That's one of his big heroes, though, right? That's something
Yeah.
he's very comfortable with.
He is most played for the qualifiers, I speculate.
What do you think? We go into game 3, or is this another easy win for Fnatic?
Much more even draft. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like last time, you see the draft and you're like, well, how do they win these lanes? And then if you can't win the lanes, you're against a team that pushes super fast in mid game. You just lose.
Yeah.
TA comes online. Visage comes online. Game's over. This game, lanes are more balanced. I
A
would
lot
say.
of comfort picks on both sides, but DJ Sand King, Universe Darkseer,
Yep.
I find it hard to root against Fnatic in this one.
And they're
Yeah.
like last game. They're very much prioritizing this offlane duo always being a really good combo. So last game it was these two ranged heroes that get all the last hits, Wind Ranger and Enigma. You can't come near us, we harass you, we last hit. This time it's two melee. They go very different directions, but same idea. There's this synergy where you Iron Shell Sanking, he can Burrow Strike in.
Darkseer, I mean, what more do you want? He's the Darkseer.
What are you thinking, Louis?
Not gonna do against my boys.
All right.
Not this time. Yeah.
Another vote for Jackie Mao. All right, well.
I will probably have to be vote number 3. They just adjust these lanes so well. They're against the Morph lane, they pick 2 ranged heroes to harass them down. They're against the PL. They get melee heroes for the off lane that can benefit from Iron Shell. PL can't lane there. He's actually dodging the lane. He's standing up top, it seems, because the lanes that Fnatic have drafted are just going to be, once again, very tough for him.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you to the panelists. They will return, and then remember, we've got another whole best of 3 coming up after this. Winner of this one facing off against TNC in the upper bracket finals.
Your Admiral is on board.
Still a lot of Dota to come your way in this C qualifier.
Oh, they've scouted the lanes. Fnatic, they can now adjust.
30
Make
seconds
sure they
to
get
battle.
those lanes that they want. This is the benefit of these early observer wards. If you can see where your opponents are laning things, you get the favorable matchups. 2 deep dire observer wards planted from smoke, and they do this because they know they want it. They have the better lanes if they get the right matchups, and because of these wards, they know they get Darkseer versus PL, and they're going to have their Mirana versus the
Let's
Wind
get
Ranger down
moving.
bottom, which isn't a favorable lane. It's much more about the other one.
DJ, oh, he's able to grab the bounty down bottom. It's nice. So an advantage for Fnatic, 3-1.
And the fact DJ's down here, they don't even realize they've got bad lanes yet. The Radiant team did not get down any deep boards. They've seen Sanking. They're assuming Sanking is with Darkseer, but that is not the case.
To be in for a surprise. We'll see if they end up playing some musical lanes. We'll probably have to make some kind of adjustment.
It's such a long walk to go across those lanes. You never feel good about it, but you may just have to.
Yeah.
Darkseer with CM sounds just fine as well. It's not quite the Darkseer Sanking, but it's scary enough.
Okay, well, they see it. Check out the top lane. How do you feel about this new Darkseer cosmetic, Gods?
You into it? Absolutely have no idea what's going on here. This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, okay. I saw it in an Underhollow game earlier. Like Elder Titan's taking some pretty serious harassment. But yeah, that's new Ion Shell.
Okay, is this the golden version of it, I guess?
This is the golden version. So that's why it's so
ultra
extreme.
rare.
I think it's very, very rare, but still. It's something, huh?
Yeah, it is something. He's trading blows a lot of top lane, getting them very low, but stays to the EP schmack.
Knows his limits. Nice surge away.
There's a spirit, though. He wants to cancel the salve. He knows Universe wants to use this salve, and therefore it wants to deny it, but spirit out now.
Does
Universe.
connect, and now he should be pretty safe.
Sure that he gets far enough away before popping any of his regen.
Pops the clarity as well. Pi with Pole Camp. Check in on mid. In Your Dream versus Abed. Very even spread. Should be a pretty boring mid matchup. Kunka on DK.
I agree. This is
Very little kill potential until at least level 6.
Yeah, Kunka Ghost Ship, perhaps.
Without rotations, at least.
Yeah, side lane is going to be where it's at.
So far, no rotations, though, out of TNC Tiger.
Yeah, I feel like they know that if they walk across the whole lane, Fnatic can just follow them. And if you TP, they're going to follow you with TPs. And the walking just feels like you miss out. You lose the lanes by walking across the map sometimes. So if it's not insta-lose lanes, you just kind of stick it out a bit. And the Wind Ranger does fine against the bottom lane. I think bottom lane's slightly TNC favored, if anything. It's just this top lane where things could get rough. But so far, PL is actually outlasting the Darkseer significantly, thanks to the ET help.
Yeah, he's doing fine. It's really not too bad. And mid continues to be kind of a wash. Op-Ed with a slight lead, but also a denied disadvantage, so yep, makes up for it there.
Right, it's kind of, as we were happy about, a much more even draft. Not going to see either team just run away. Nope. First rotation though, CMT being bottom. Does not find a kill. Quite get that stun arrow combo off. Points in the frostbite yet. He went for the Nova for the level 1 laning stage.
Just feels like that Ion Shell doesn't do anything to Elder Titan.
Yeah, he's just tanking it, and Darkseer doesn't have Soaring yet. This is really where you'd want to have Soaring so you can spam the Iron Shell and have that health regen, but has a last clarity, which may even get broken by Zephyr. Zephyr's playing this lane stage has been very good.
Yeah, you don't realize how good Elder Titan is against Darkseer in this context, but being able to constantly knock off the regen like that, forcing Universe into a bad position with the Spirit.
And he just tanked Iron Shell damage. He didn't care. He's like, I'm right clicking you harder than you're Iron Shelling me. Level 1 Iron Shell wasn't all that scary, and ET, the bonus damage was zoning the Darkseer.
Even level 2 Ion Shell, not that scary. And even though the CM aura really helps Darkseer, only level 1, it's not enough to tip him over the scales, and I think he's going to have to walk home here. Completely out of regen, still can't quite afford that Soul Ring, but it'll be close. He'll get it probably before he comes back to lane.
Gonna make top lane a win for the TNC Tigers. The other two lanes right now are pretty even. Dead even, I would say. Kunkka, DK, identical CS more or less. Kunkka does have the X TP home, so he can get some more items cheaply. The lane and then bottom lane is 15-7 on Mirana, 13-6 with Ranger. Very even lane as well so far, but we'll start to swing Fnatic's way with their trial lane down.
Maybe this Bane do something. 1437, invisible. 2 points in the brain sap. Will not catch Fnatic off guard. DJ on the other side. There is a sentry ward here. It's a Radiant sentry. Very exciting. This is a very slow start for Universe.
Yeah, he comes back to lane instantly. DT's there to zone him out. There's bounty runes, which Universe is gonna get one up for his team. On the other side, it is 1437 getting both bounty runes.
There's a dire sentry there. He kind of walked in vision, but still made it happen. TP home. He's good. Burrow strike.
Yeah.
Vacuum.
I kind of felt like the CM Darkseer lane was gonna be adequate enough, but hindsight, it's really looking like they should have had the Sankey with Darkseer from the start. Darkseer needed that buddy to Iron Shell and also tank damage for him. That is definitely not CM. No. CM is always going to sit as far back as possible.
Abed just pops the ultimate mid, a little bit of extra damage. Kunkka does not seem too phased by it. Pops a jig. Dota's really evolved to have some great taunts.
Yeah, I like where the taunts have gone. There's plenty of them. They're a little bit obnoxious, but not crossing the line with being too obnoxious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned the Darkseer cosmetics, you know, cosmetics are getting a little bit crazy in some places, but taunts are definitely not there yet.
Yeah, I think Frankfurt Major, big one. Highlight die. He's going to get caught by the boat combo, and that should be enough for a first blood. 6 minutes in your dream. Does get that bonus gold. Abed will not be able to find a return kill. 1-0. Good start for the Tigers.
Yo, be fine here. Play to kill him. The Frankfurt Major. You thinking the SF taunts?
Yes. I think that pushed the limits of everyone's tolerance.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
I think they were banking on few players having the gusto to actually do that on the main stage of a major consistently, game after game.
As we've seen with voice lines, players, if there's something there they can use, they will use it and not in moderation. Voice lines really highlight. Players don't care about it being a suitable moment to spam it, they will just spam it for the fun of it.
That's true. Zephyr up top, looking for a stomp, but not enough for Universe to be able to finish him off that Ion Shell. DJ in a Sandstorm. It's a little harder to see on heroes like Sand King. He was Ion Shelled that whole time, and he's Ion Shelled right now.
The health bar drop is 1437. The final ward right in front of the Sand King. That's going to be an easy D ward if they want to. Also potentially a kill here as DJ surge forward and
Brain Sap might actually be enough. DJ falls short. 30 HP. Now Universe. He's going to get stomped. This could maybe turn the other way. Spirit Lance, not quite enough, but Spirit Charge. It's Phantom Rush.
That was a big outplay. And a big dive from Fnatic.
Yeah, that's big misplay.
Yeah, that cost them a lot. This PL is having a great time. He's top net worth. He's free farming. Now he's getting kills with his team.
Down the bottom, KYXY. Little frostbite into arrow action. Leaving all over the place.
Oh, gets the shackle. Can he TP out from the trees?
Be close.
Where is he going to juke to?
Don't have too much interrupt, and it doesn't matter. They'll find him in the tree line. Envy with the kill. Punish that one. He does make him work for it, though.
Uses all 3 leap charges there, which take a long time to replenish the level 1 leap. And good call not to go for a TP out there. If you die without your TP, it feels pretty bad.
Yeah. That
Long walk back to lane. Much more even game, and I like Singing Your Dream on Kunkka. This is a hero he excels at, and 458 looks way more comfortable on the PL than the Morphlake from last game.
Yeah, absolutely. And just have it set up to be much more successful this year as well. Level 8. This is a great start.
Shackle down bottom. They've maybe got Envy here. Oh, his leap just came back up, and oh no!
Oh, that's such a heartbreaker.
Perfect.
Arrowed as well, but no follow-up. Yeah, he woke up the Nightmare. Envy just got his leap charge back just in time there as well. Perhaps they could have chased him down after the leap if he didn't accidentally sleep himself. Bit of miscommunication there. 1437 just wanted to get a few more Nightmare right-clicks in and probably wait for the Brain Sap cooldown, which may have killed him off.
Dire's bottom tower
or even
is
just
under
Nightmare
attack.
into a power shot.
This, though, smoke rotation with Abed from the mid lane.
Has looked better.
They did not smoke under a ward or anything, but struggle to find the opening. Moonlight Shadow, 4-5-8, backing up, but the Dragon Tail, some follow-up, stun, locked down from the CM, the root, nowhere for him to go. They get a clean kill on the PL.
Well played gank, and they do this around the bounty runes as well. I think they were expecting KL to go for a bounty rune here. That they're just going to pick it up themselves and turn this into a tier 1 tower.
Kunkka with mid, sets up onto Sand King, but he did go back home. Actually, not enough damage to finish him off, and now they'll turn on to the Elder Titan. In comes Universe. He's surged up. DJ will live, no detection, and they'll make it too. PL and Elder Titan down for the price of 1.
Miranda does go down bottom lane to that Bane Wind Ranger combo.
Oh.
A lot of that does go back to KYXY, you know, forcing out the triple leap, and Envy's just playing this lane without leap charges makes it very difficult. And Wind Ranger going to go straight to the Maelstrom. KYXY kind of going to be playing the more core style, this 4-position utility that we often see. Stands though, Fnatic finding a few nice little kills for them, unable to fully turn it into towers just yet.
A stack from Pylai die as he walks by through the mid lane. Setting it up for Abed. Still feels pretty okay for Fnatic. Certainly a lot more even than last game, and they, the PL is getting space. But as we saw in that last gank, I think the CM route is going to be one of the key tools of shutting down this PL. Probably force him into an earlier BKB than he'd like to buy.
Yeah, there's definitely annoying stuff. There's also the Manta, which may be the more scaling-oriented item he can get to deal with it, but he needs something.
I think he'll need both. You always want to get Diffusal Manta, but that's where I think he doesn't want to get a BKB, but he's going to have to. And caught by the boat combo, but again, no kill. Arrow off the mark. Stun from DJ. They drop a sentry straight away. Shackle does latch, but it's low level.
They force a lot of TP rotations there, and thanks to the great vision they have, they saw everybody TPing in. Otherwise, they dive for that kill. That would have been horrible for TNC Tigers. They've got heroes farming elsewhere on the map, DT up top, PL in the jungle and in mid lane, so no need to force a kill there, just the rotations alone frees up space elsewhere on the map.
Smoke now, Fnatic. It's a Radiant Ward they're standing on. Oh.
Are those cracks in Dire's
I think they saw that one. Okay.
Banes may walk into this one, but that's the smoke for 5 position.
Yep. Oh, nice shackle. Interrupts the epicenter. Actually doesn't do any damage. Bane standing in the sandstorm will die. Universe gets credit for that one with the Ion Shell. Pylai die with a huge ultimate. DJ in a follow-up stun, but this one might cost him his life. Trying to fog. Moonlight Shadow. It might be enough. The both flies overhead as the power shot catches one.
Rachel damage is doing some work here. Universe chases, gets juked initially. Can he still chase this one?
Looks like it. In your dream, nowhere to go.
Yeah, very heads-up play from Universe. The second he doesn't see him, he knows he's gone into those trees and chases him down.
Very well done.
Pretty even fight in the end there. Kunkka dying, as did the Bane, died to the Ion Shell. plus Sandstorm from the Sand King, so it looked like it was 2 for 2 trade.
Yep.
In the end.
I think so. Recap struggling with that one a little bit, but finally Universe online. You know, I think normally you'd expect him to be a little higher on the net worth chart, just his Darkseer reputation and prowess, but he's recovered pretty darn well, and he's just going to move into the Crimson Guard now that he's got the Helm of the Dominator, Soul Ring, basic items he needs to start scaling to success.
Yep. Damage block against PL at win ranges now. Pretty damn nice.
And now coming in, DJ, maybe in some trouble. KYXY on the run. No kill on either side. This Ion Shell on the Sand King, very annoying though. Not a unheard of combo, but quite potent nonetheless.
Yeah, often Sand King feels a bit underwhelming at a certain point when you have like level 4 stun but nothing else to back it up, like no Blink Dagger, and you can't epicenter because they just disable you. So Ion Shell is just a big boost to his damage. Essentially it means when he Forest Strikes someone, they're going to take an extra 150-200 damage.
Highlight die, beat his life away in the mid lane. Won't get much out of that one, but
Beautiful timing, yeah.
Up on PL, yeah.
He's ready to fight, get involved. They need to make sure they have detection. I feel like the Sand King is getting away with just sandstorming in the middle of 2-3 heroes way too often. Yeah. The lack of sentries and dust is pretty poor for TNC Tigers. And Fnatic have all the vision in the world right now.
Holding the high ground here. Arrow will connect onto the PL. Dragon Knight was caught by the Fiend script, but no real follow-up. PL on the run. He's not going to be able to survive this one, but Bo does connect on quite a few dire heroes. At the center, this time will fly. Highlight die, interrupted almost right away. It looked good for the Tigers, but now low on resources. In Your Dream will die as he dances his way to a watery grave.
Yeah, great team fight from Fnatic. They get the big 5-second arrow on PL, actually set up by a bit of a nightmare there, which was unfortunate for Tigers. I believe Bane felt he needed to use it to block some other spells in initiation, but the end result was it gave the perfect 5-second arrow to Envy, who gets an easy kill there on the PL. Perhaps needing to cancel that nightmare a bit earlier so PL could have doppelganger dodged it. Both PL and Hunt could die in that one, so the two big carries giving Fnatic a decent lead here 15 minutes in.
Yeah, PL still farming pretty well, but Dragon Knight also keeping tempo, and some of that trickling down to the supports. Sand King about a third of the way to the Blink Dagger. He'll get a little bit of space in the bottom lane. And Mirana, of course, just going for the Maelstrom. No surprise there. Highlight Die doing decent on levels. He's keeping up. Soon to be 8. A lot of big ultimates in this game. I feel like we've seen a good bit of damage come out of him.
Like the Max Nova build this game. I feel like a lot of CM for a while would just go with Max Frostbite, with Max Aura, ignoring the Nova, but this is a game where the damage and slow from the Nova is going to be super value. Very good against the PL. Well,
100%.
Doppelganger it off, but you pretty much are going to save it for post-doppelganger. You just instantly use it, and the damage means you're going to right away narrow down the PL to one of two of the units you see. If he has like an 8 illusion army, you use the Nova. 2 of them are going to take less damage. One's the real PL, one is the doppelganger illusion, so you have a very good chance of killing him post-doppelganger.
And that's where you roll the dice, Frostbite, blow him up.
Absolutely good. There are, yeah, like you say, there is sometimes a roll of the dice where if PL's use dukes, you may not know which is the real one, but it gives you a good shot.
Now Smoke on the other side as they shrine up, gets popped right away by 4, 5, 8. Moonlight Shadow now to help pursue, clears out the illusions. They find the Dragon Tail. Follow up, not quite there. Well played by Zephyr with a stomp to prevent follow up initiation. And that'll be the end of it. Fnatic just stay on their side of the river. Tigers go back to farming.
Kind of respecting the thing that the line's being drawn for now, as Fnatic may want to. I guess DKLT's one off, so maybe they can't get this top tier 1 tower. They may just want to go back to farm themselves. They have got Crimson Guard, so they are very strong in a team fight with this item. They can find a way to utilize it.
Things slowing down a little. I guess it's been a relatively slow game. Feels like Fnatic don't really want to fight that much. They don't have that much of an advantage. They are giving a lot of room to the PL.
Problem is, this PL, they just assess the PL and say he's not a big threat. He is not going to solo carry this game. We've got Dragon Knight, super high armor, a lot of damage mitigation, health regen, also has the AoE splash damage, and slow later on. We've got Darkseer, Ion Shell, Vacuum, and most importantly the Crimson Guard now. these heroes aren't afraid of PL until he gets like 4 or 5 items, and even then it depends how PL itemized. A lot of PLs we're seeing get like the BKB you mentioned. You may need to go BKB, a Heart of Taras. These items give you 0 damage against DK Darkseer.
That's true, especially once the Crimson Guard is complete. He has the Vanguard, like you said. Oh, the Crimson's up.
Completed, yeah.
Okay, wow, you're right.
Good to go. It's ready to team fight.
Yeah, this is tough. Now it seems the Tigers will be the ones to press the issue up top. Wind Ranger.
Yep.
Focus fire.
It's for Tigers. This game is going to have to go late, and Kunkka is going to have to be the one who gets farmed, as well as PL. Definitely PL can have an impact. It's just not going to be quite the, oh, you've got Diffusal Yasha or Diffusal Manta, you're like the strongest hero in the game, you kill anyone you want. 2 of these heroes can actually survive through the damage.
I can't believe what we're seeing! What just happened?
We'll see. Kunkka has the Talbot queued up. Good item for him.
Not so safe.
Big fan, gets super tanky.
Yep, it's a great hybrid item on him. Survivability, utility, and also a little bit of damage. Yeah, some nice strength.
Gives a surprisingly large amount of damage, really for strength heroes. Plus 25 damage with 20 strength. Like for the build-up, it's just like, oh, you just suddenly get 25 damage out of nowhere. You didn't. There's no damage components to it.
Yeah.
Just the strength items, but you get a nice cheap damage out of it.
Dire's middle
The
tower
active this game is not bad. Unlike the range heroes, it has a 5-second disarm.
Now smoke from the Tigers.
Catch Zephyr here, it looks like in the jungle.
Yeah, they're going to catch 1, 4, 3, 7 perhaps. Empty. Finish him off easily. And on the other side, they're going to grab one more. It's DJ. Kunkka able to sidestep the arrow. Well done there. Both can fly over. Highlight Die actually dies in the enemy jungle.
Yeah. Fortunate. Neil just TP'd in there to farm, it looks like, because there was multiple dire wards there and no Radiant Vision, so.
Now stun from DJ. Champion kills up the Epi. Zephyr will take a lot of damage. Ion Shell making that an easy kill. Now DJ, though, caught by the X-Torrent combo. No boat from In Your Dream. On the other side of the fight, looks like Abed trying to pursue. Completely out of mana here, but will be surged up by Universe.
Classic PL things, not having mana. Not fun to play against PL because of that.
Yeah.
Has a Soul Ring though. Soul Ring 1, I like this. Make sure you have the Soul Ring build against the PL. May hold on to this for quite some time.
Radiant structures
It's one of the things that makes the DK an appealing pick against the PL. You usually want to go Soul Ring in most games anyway.
Yeah, he didn't get the mana regen talent at level 10, which is an amazing mana regen talent considering it's level 10 talent. Getting 2 full mana regen.
Yeah, both comes in, but Wind Ranger will go down first. DJ in the front lines, BKB from Abed. That's the debut.
And there's just action in like multiple lanes constantly.
Yeah, 458 gets another kill.
Yeah, he's solo killing people, it seems. How did ET help there?
Yeah, I think ET helped, but still, that's the Mirana. I mean, that's not some support. That ain't Pile Die.
Yeah, the CM kill you don't really think too much of. You're like, oh, just CM doing some warding, but for Mirana going down, EL is going to be feeling pretty good about where he's at. Yasha into Heart of Trask. Build seems fine for this game. After the Heart and perhaps Heart into Manta, I definitely want to see like a big damage item, because otherwise he just won't have good answers to DK. Possibly a Silver Edge game where you can break his passive. See what he considers.
Blink Dagger going to be coming for the Wind Ranger. For Farm continuing to impress this game.
Yep. And that's the nice thing about the Tigers lineup is they've got 3 cores that all can scale, with Wind Ranger playing a 3 position with the Maelstrom build. No Force Staffs, no. Well, there is going to be a Blink, but no Blink Rush. Not playing around being an initiator.
Universe is also not far off of a pipe.
Yeah, he's got all these team items. We'll see how well he can scale. A lot of his scaling kind of depends often on how good are your Wall of Replica illusions, which this game is not all too bad with the PL. The other heroes don't feel like they're going to be too impactful. Get an ET aura, theoretically.
Gods. Is this the game for the Darkseer Aghanims?
Dire's top
Pretty good against PL. Sorta.
Not bad.
Not really. Okay.
I'm a hater. I know you're a big fan. I'm just
a big fan. I bought it in that one game, that one time 2 years ago.
It's not enough damage bonus. It doesn't change the spell in any way other than more damage.
Yeah, you're one of those guys. Always got to be
the numbers.
Always got to be something different. We're just doing extra damage. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
The day that Lich Ags was changed was the day I started buying Ags on Lich. Is that what you're telling me?
It changes the spell. Yeah, it's got to do something special. Just boosting damage. There's not many Ags I feel like that just give you like a raw boost in like the damage that
I think Veno might be one of the only ones that it feels, okay, this is... Yeah, but that's also a cooldown reduction.
Yeah, that's the thing. It changes it because it like halves the cooldown or something, which I think does change the way the hero plays.
That's true. Same with Spirit Breaker.
Like Lion and Lina, two examples where their Ags are both just kind of awful because they just boost the damage and...
Well, Lina with the BKB piercer.
That's true. I think the old Ags didn't have that.
And Lion's got the 5-finger now. Yeah.
That's the thing. They changed these Ags because they were garbage. They had to give them something new to make them viable, and even with the something new, they're still not great. But
Lion Ags, you know, the theory-crafted counter to PL. Fortunately, not the real-life counter to PL.
You use it and then you just doppelgangers in.
Well, they did change that mana drain talent a while ago to make it a little more appealing. So now it's multi-target mana drain.
Yep.
That kills multiple illusions, I believe.
That's one way to farm some gold.
Yep. It's a little hokey, but does make Lion not a 0 factor against PL late game. Makes him like a 5% factor against PL.
Kills illusions just feel more about the chaos and the mana burn than the damage output. It's like, and he makes them so fast. Great against, I'd say, like Terrorblades. Terrorblades, your illusion build-up is kind of slower. Your illusions deal a lot more damage than the PL. They're kind of core part of your damage output, so...
No, that's definitely true.
And hey, they give a lot of gold when you kill them,
towers got problems.
Heart on PL. So those kills that he picked up have actually made all the difference in the world. And I think it's given 4, 5, 8 more confidence to say, you know what? I don't need the Banta. I don't need the BKB. I can make this stretch to the heart. And if I get it, guys, we're going to be in great shape. My illusions are going to be super survivable. You know, your illusions don't really care about BKB. We'll hold that thought. Abed in deep.
He's a BKB though. Should be fine.
Double damage on the Will Ranger. Maybe needs to be a little careful. Now disarm. Fiend's Grip through the BKB. This is a sad DK. Pretty good split. Pretty good load as well. Universe now goes down. You're right. Abed's still alive. DJ now in decently far. He'll get brought down. 2 dead. As the Tigers take a nice fight on their high ground.
Yeah, Fate buys back, but that's the least of your worries. It's a 5-position support. Who cares? Great fight. But yeah, before that fight broke out, even though Tigers are down like 2k gold, it's now even less after that fight. It doesn't feel it. It actually kind of feels like they're in a better position because they're going to scale better. The PL has made this big jump to a Heart of Terras without going for like a Manta style along the way. He's incredibly tanky. He's kind of unkillable now. And Fnatic's lineup just feels like they need a few more items before they actually get scary. DK, if he gets like 4 or 5 big items, does match up well against PL. Same for Mirana. I'd say Mirana less so. The Mjolnir is only going to do so much against illusions, but the scary thing is, by the time you get all these items, Tigers is not just going to be a PL. They're going to be a PL, a win range, and a Kunkka late game. ET goes late game amazingly well. Tigers, I feel like they have this game.
Quite possibly, but if they lose the PL here, that's going to hurt. Arrow follows up. He's tanky, but maybe not tanky enough. It's a nice shackle from KYXY. PL falls. 3-hero stomp into both. Where's the follow-up? It's just not there. Fnatic survived through it, and now they're in hot pursuit. They find the stun on the In Your Dream. He's going to be locked down and likely brought down. Hungry for more. Highlight Dying charges out. But the rest of the Radiant have made the retreat, and they will cut their losses. Big response. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Not done yet. They want more.
1-4-3-7. Arrow will connect, and the Bane Elemental will be ripped apart.
It's like Fnatic do very well. Like they lose a fight. It doesn't. So many teams like after losing the fight go into like defensive. Let's like play patiently. Fnatic's like no, let's just run at them and just catch them by surprise. They go straight into the PL. They kill him, isolate him. He's completely alone there. 4-5-8 forces 3 heroes to go down there.
They grab another. Zephyr caught by the stun. Arrow sets it up.
Adam's on the high ground. He's killing KYXY.
Whoa, you're right. No tunnel vision on that Elder Titan, but it's a full 5-man wipe. Fnatic just erupt.
That came out of nowhere.
Highlight Die with a victory ulti.
And 5 kills, all stemming from 1. PL getting caught out there. He gets caught out, and then 2-3 teammates come in like, we gotta help him. Let's try and make this right. And those heroes died because they're trying to help the PL. And then Fnatic, you know, they're like, well, it's 5v2. They only got 2 heroes alive. Let's go push forward. Let's take a tier 2, and they get more kills because it's 5v2. So, you're making some costly mistakes there on the enemy side of the map.
We're going to slow down his farm a little bit. DK really closing the net worth gap. He just picked up that Maelstrom, and now he's already got the Hyperstone almost at the full Mjolnir. Of course, an incredible item against PL. Clear out illusions. Very tanky DK. We saw how much he's tanked in that last fight on the enemy high ground here. Imagine that with the static charge buff.
Yeah. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get the double Dragon Blood regen and armor at level 20. Seems like we're seeing it more and more, and particularly against in these games where you're against like PL type heroes, where you want to be unkillable. Sort of load against storms when we want these DKs want to just become too hard for a storm to kill as well.
I think it also fits the mentality of how you want to play DK these days. The 150 gold per minute is pretty good, but for that to really pay dividends, you want that game to go on, not maybe as long as possible, but for a pretty good window. The Dragon Blood makes you feel like, hey, we need to close this out. I didn't go the scaling build. Let's fight now while I have this big advantage. And I think that helps maintain your tempo.
Yeah, the times where I've seen the GPM work is when you're behind, which is when, you know, like, our game plan hasn't worked. Let's just get this GPM talent and turtle and hope for the best, because maybe this will take us into the late game.
When you're not in control anymore, DJ gets the setup stun onto the PL. Hobbit's there with some follow-up. The ensnare, quite good. Universe joins the party. Wall comes down. PL does doppelganger up. They lose Kylie dies. The boat connects. Duck used, and they are going to find this kill. Now the Epicenter doing some decent follow-up damage to the Elder Titan. He'll also get brought down. They go 1 for 2 against the Tigers in retreat. Dragon Tail follow-up connects on In Your Dream. Arrow, it's there. The layup.
DJ once more is chasing past the Kunkka.
Very nice. Yule Scepter setup. Low on mana. Letting that clarity tick.
Cancels the TP thanks to the mud columns.
Well, Kunkka dies. No surprise there.
DJ's still fishing. He wants this Bane. Bane's like, oh crap. He's trapped here.
Does 1437 get out of this? He does not have a TP.
I think they know he's here though. Managed to juke and
successfully juked the Sand King.
Instead, KYXY down bottom. Find him in these trees.
Universe also runs on by. Power shot. All right, well, another good fight for Fnatic. Looking at the gold graph, things, well, kind of holding steady.
There's so much lockdown. It's so hard for PL to play because he's getting initiated on by a Sand King stun, then there's a Frostbite to follow it up, a DK stun. Arrow wasn't even there. Luckily, Envy got hit by an ET stomp, otherwise that would have been the quick, easy PL kill that would have just insta-lost the fight for them. Fight still goes horribly wrong because they can't chase down the PL, and Envy survived a full duration Bean script because he had his BKB up, so
Radiant's bottom tower is
no one could kill anyone in a fight like that.
Firelight dies, securing some farm for himself with that ultimate. Having fun with the Shadow Amulet as well.
Sword on the end dying. It's going to be just another casual amulet. That invis be super annoying.
Really a pretty cool concept.
For the price point, it's pretty crazy that you can go perma-invis and make your teammates perma-invis.
The fact that it has no duration, no cooldown. Very nice item to have. Kunkka will TP out. On the other side, there's a feed script, but he still gets off the Burrow Strike. Will cost him a Sand King. First casualty of this fight. Fnatic need to be careful. But BKB's pop, they're going to go in onto the Kunkka. Earth Splitter doesn't do too much. 1 for 1 now, but they've lost the core. Now the stun on PL. Envy comes back in. Reinitiates, and Universe with a nice back wall. Brings the PL low. He falls, and Zephyr on the other side. Looks like he'll survive for now. Abed, he wants more. He's got the Dragon Tail. Blink Dagger going to be coming up. They Delta split into the trees, TP home. It looks like the rest of Tigers will survive again. Seems like the same sort of fight happening over and over. Most of them survive, the PL dies, and Fnatic get another 1 to 2K game.
Yeah, that's the amazing part about having all these AoE spells like the Breathe Fire, the Crystal Nova, even just the DK multi-splash damage, that it's so easy to find the real PL. Every time he's doppelgangering to escape, it just seems like Abed could instantly find the real PL. He pings it and gets a DK stun on it right up, doppelganger, they bring it down once more, and it has just proven to be way too difficult for this PL to maneuver in these fights.
Love this build from the Darkseer. Stopped off for a Blink Dagger, now Shiva's Guard. This is just pure auras coming out of Universe.
Yep. And that fight, the second the DK found the real PL, Universe is there. Blink wall, gets the PL illusion for his team, and at that point there is very little TNC Tigers can do to win the fight.
Always an impressive Darkseer performance.
Yeah. Kunkka needs more items. I think if he has like a... Even one Daedalus doesn't sound like enough. He needs Daedalus with his level 20 talent and maybe even a second Daedalus. His farm is just not quite adequate enough to have an impact on these fights.
Yeah, one of the issues with core Kunkka sometimes can be a difficult hero to farm with. Feels like he's very reliant on finding kills, getting rotations, using that X combo. And it's definitely been tough. Fnatic, like you said, have so much stun, so many ways to initiate. Arrow, we get off the mark here, but Moonlight Shadow could still maybe yield an opener. DJ bumps into the Wind Ranger, Yule Scepter into Burrow Strike, but there's a PL on the high ground. Fiends trip from 14 to 37, but beautiful that wall sets it off as they bring down KYXY and the Bane. Instant buyback from the Wind Ranger, but Pylai die with an ultimate, clear out creeps, prevent any kind of reinitiation.
Yeah, using Freezing Field to clear creep waves, things are in a pretty good situation.
Also felt like a little bit of a preemptive play, like if that PL does jump in or that Wind Ranger gets too giddy after the buyback, you're just positioned very well.
Yeah, you don't want to really find a Freezing Field as a PL unless you can instant burst this Crystal Maid.
But either way, when you're using Freezing Field as a zoning tool, you're feeling pretty good. No matter how you spin it.
Yep.
More economic damage once again. 13k net worth is the favor. 25 to 13. Fnatic in a very comfortable position now.
Yep. He finds the DD rune, so see what they can get with that. Does still have Aegis for several minutes.
Envy, maybe in trouble here. Vito starting things off. Looks like there's another fight breaking out down bottom. But Envy gets brought down. That is the Aegis.
Chasing KYX with Wind Range. If he's going to have the BKB.
KYX on the run. DJ, Burrow Strike will survive. Let's check the other side. Looks like they're doing a lot of damage to the PL. Envy lives. BKB now used by Abed. Twitter will hit Envy. He actually goes down. Other side, Elder Titan, frozen up by Pylai Die, but they're on the run. I think Fnatic are in some trouble here.
Yeah, PL, maybe he found the way back to this fight. He has the heart regen, so he's slowly getting back up to health where he can go back in and Abed.
He is going down. He's got a lot of regen, but it's not enough. They lose 3. Tigers showing a big-time sign of life as Universe and DJ head for the hills. They will both survive.
Fnatic were 2 split there. They had 2 heroes chasing after the Wind Ranger, and then Envy was alone against multiple heroes. He loses the Aegis, has this BKB, but it doesn't get him out of there with just a couple leap charges, and PL's Phantom Rush are able just to chase after the leaps, which allowed them to essentially kill him a second time there. And then DK shows up, he's like, alright, this PL's alone, let's find the real PL. Same thing as always. Abed, fantastic job finding the real PL, but this time, unlike before, he didn't have the damage to bring PL down. He escapes on like 300 health, and once he escapes, he's able to heal back up thanks to the Heart of Taras regen.
High ground.
There's 40 seconds left to buy back on DK.
Is this an option? Tiger's not going to force the issue.
They don't have good building hitters. Like, PL's
true.
Okay, but it's not like a building expert like the Lycans and Lone Druid type heroes.
Right.
But they're going to just use this time to get farm and push out these side lanes.
These last outer towers, double siege wagons here, so it should be a pretty easy tier 2 for the Wind Ranger. At least forces out a glyph, and if Fnatic want to defend this, they will have to rotate. Moonlight Shadow.
They're in no rush on the Tiger side. Their lineup should scale better. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. There's going to be plenty of plays Fnatic can make. We've seen them outmaneuver Tigers countless times, so it's not like if this goes 50-60 minutes, Tigers are just going to instantly win, but their lineup definitely has a slight edge should it get to that stage and you're farm.
Yeah, I think the Wind Ranger is the one that really tips the scales there. She is a little behind on farm, but there's the Daedalus on Kunkka, so that'll certainly help. Still only 18, but...
The other really nice here is the ET, his aura, is something that will always scale into the late game. Particularly if you tank up with a BKB, he can just get in close to make sure he gets the minus armor aura off. It's what's going to allow the PL and Kunkka to do crazy amounts of damage.
50% max HP is damage. Sounds good. Abed Does have the BKB, but maybe needs to be careful here. The smoke rotation gets broken. They go up the high ground. Mirana, Fiend's Grip, Shackle, and down goes Envy. They catch him with the rotation. Does have a buyback, but very much eating into that lead. That alone is a 1K swing. But Universe sets up on 3, and they just evaporate. It looked like a team of illusions got it.
They melted so fast there, and now 458 may just die here. He BKBs, but they can chase.
I think he's going to go down. It's almost done.
DJ's just waiting for him. He's going to walk right into DJ's hand. He's trying to duke with the illusion. It's working for now, but I don't think it's going to work for long.
They know. And they've got the split. They've got the right clicks. 4 dead. That was absolutely incredible. I'm almost just stunned at how quickly they died.
They got insta-deleted.
DK did 5,400
They're
damage.
on Dire's top tower.
Yeah, that damage came out so incredibly fast. Vacuum, Fire Strike, wall, and yeah. I think they got the big pun is they get the ETR with the vacuum wall. I was like, I'm trying to
what, that's it.
They shouldn't have been that squishy, right? In my head, I was like, okay, I guess it was just a good combo, but they should be. Take your ETR makes the damage out insane for Fnatic, and then just go high ground.
They're going to trade though. In your dream, he's got some siege creeps. He's hitting exposed barracks right now.
Bottom barracks fall.
They get back to defend.
Dire might have to say
kick
goodbye to
melee.
their top barracks.
Peace here. There's lack of TPs on the Fnatic side.
Oh, they've got some. Envy's got one. DJ's got one. Abed, the only one lacking TP right now. So, but they lose their ranged barracks. Does favor Fnatic, but it's not a great trade. I mean, it feels okay for the Tigers given how far behind they are right now.
And given like all those heroes dead, there was no way they were ever going to defend their racks there. So the fact they could get a free tier 3 plus range racks is best of a bad situation for them. They'll still find themselves in a pretty tricky place once they respawn.
This'll come in handy.
I think it's been pretty important that Abed himself is a PL player. It seems like he's the one, every single time PL doppelgangers, he's the quickest one to find the real PL. He just knows and understands how this hero works. He's really good at just isolating the real one, and it's incredible how fast he is at just getting that blinks done on the PL after every single doppelganger.
Yeah. They're playing around the PL very effectively. Pylai Dai, he is getting way more farm than he's used to, I'm sure. Limmercape, BKB on the way, net worth, not too bad. You compare that to the 5 on the other side, and old Thievin. Well, he's got Arcane.
Got that GPM talent.
So a nice 3xer there on the position 5s.
And CM doesn't get the level 15 mana cost and mana loss reduction or a talent. In this game against the PL Diffusal, I don't think you ever get it. Like, surely this is the game.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, this is like, hey, you're against a Diffusal, it's the prime target. It's just not enough. I've played enough CM, I've tried both, and that 14% just...
Yeah.
Maybe it's like no field, and you just don't notice it. There's no graphic, there's no animation. It's a very passive thing that adds up over time, but 150 GPM is...
Yeah, there's tangible results there.
And CM's a position 5 that actually does a lot with farm. Like, if you get a BKB, you can do a lot in team fights. If they can't interrupt you, if they can't kill you, you know, if you get that Ghost Scepter Glimmer, it's pretty game changing.
Have to see him there.
Yeah.
Do what Pylai can do. He's got a BKB queued up. That'll do anything to cancel out the Fiend's Grip. You're not using Fiend's Grip on a CM, at least you don't want to in this game. Fnatic slow things down here. Both teams going to be eyeing off Roshan, which will respawn in a minute and a half.
Moving around the river, DJ uses that Yule Scepter, but blinks defensively. Does not want to get caught too far forward here. Drain some extra mana. MKB on the way for Dragon Knight.
Okay. Wants to be able to right-click the Wind Ranger. And PL, not going Battlefly, but perhaps you may be considering that. Halberd is on the Kunkka, so there's evasion there as well. Feels justified, and MKB is just a great damage dealing item for carries as well.
Shadows take us.
Fnatic. Arcane Rune on Envy as well.
BKB from KYM, so they get a nice shackle onto Abed, but there's the fall. Fiend's Grip stunned up, they just can't bring it down. BKB get finally at half HP. DJ with a huge epicenter. They've lost the 2 supports on Tigers already. I don't know how they possibly win this fight. They get the Kunkka. He's caught by the freezing field.
They're starting to get damage.
I mean,
they're all full health.
It's insane. Even the DK, he's regened up.
60 health regen.
Almost get DJ, but Glimmer Cake, he resets. There's been a buyback now from the Kunkka. They're going to try to repel. Fnatic being very cautious here. They're not going to overcommit. This is nice, controlled play, headed towards the Roche pit.
DK hit 25, so has that plus 40 strength, and he got down to like about a third, maybe a quarter health. Kind of close, but that was every single spell. All of your damage dropped onto Abed.
Kinda close. He's got 50 armor.
Yeah. And the problem is, ET does not get rid of that armor. It's all bonus armor, so...
Yeah, that's another great point. It's all bonus armor.
Theoretically, you know, you're thinking all these high agi carries with all this armor that you want to deal with an ET. Works great, but not against DK. This is not base armor.
I guess I can get faster.
Wow. MKB already able to survive that well. Opens up for him to transition into right-clicking items. Now some cheese on the Dragon Knight. And who ended up with the Aegis? Envy. Okay. He's also got that Lincoln's now. Kunkka going in for a little bit of low-risk creep clear. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger after his Daedalus.
Smoke into the Aegis.
Still feels risky. Like the Kunkka hasn't done too much damage in these fights.
No, and
I don't know what he buys to be able to do that. You know, I mean, Rapier is always an option, but I don't know how you fix the problems that they're having right now.
Yeah, I could have blinked it up.
But, I mean, look, Highlight die, 5-man smoke, tanked by the position 5 CM.
Fnatic will happily take this 4v5. They get a good DK initiation, vacuum wall is there.
And there's the buyback from Pi. He's got a shrine to TP to. The Kunkka lives a little longer than planned. Yep. They take off the Nightmare and
toggling.
Should still go down eventually. There we go. They've got the clicks. The double damage on Envy definitely makes that easier. No buyback on the Kunkka.
Get more.
Oh, DJ, look at this. Jumps right on the Elder Titan. BKB will keep Zephyr alive. That is the 10-second charge. So guaranteed survival here, but doesn't feel great.
At all.
That bottom lane down. That'll be a shrine.
Yep. Dude, stop that one. It looks like they're going to take the tier 2 top. No rush to take high ground.
I think this is Rapier territory on the Kunkka.
Sure as hell feels like it. Now, it's all about damage issues for this Radiant team. The PL has got such a burden on his shoulders to carry these fights and be the main damage dealer, and Wind Ranger... I don't know, it's scaled okay. Like, I don't feel like this Wind Ranger is that poor by any means, but it's the itemization on Fnatic that just makes everyone unkillable, as well as the heroes. Like, DK and Darkseer are just untouchable, and the reason they keep giving Envy Aegis is because he's the one hero who could theoretically die. If he gets stunned, he is squishy, but with a second life, it gives him that chance to respawn and pop BKB.
AoE Surge, partner. I'm into this.
Fun one.
That's pretty nice. Very dramatic sound effect. You're not missing that. Yeah, the CDR is tempting, but AoE Surge is... That's a free fight reset right there. You know, that turns Darkseer into like, oh, you guys don't want to fight anymore? Okay, let's just run away. Well, free haste, guys. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. They had to itemize so defensively. You have to survive the fights. You can't really fault the BKBs getting purchased, but now Wind Ranger just getting the Aghanims. This is kind of when she starts to feel like a carry. You really need another item after this before you're really that... I almost want the Bloodthorn.
She had Ags with a Bloodthorn or a Daedalus, some kind of crit. I would have
probably feel the DK. There'd be some...
There would be... not necessarily like worries for Fnatic, but it would be much riskier for them to take these fights. Instead, DK runs into 5 heroes, doesn't die. Yeah. Because Wind Ranger doesn't do any regular damage. Even with the grip and everything, the Kunkka doesn't do enough damage. The Kunkka has Daedalus plus double Rapier queued up. He's on the right page here, all in on the damage. First, though, he's going to get the soul, which he has very little of.
Yeah.
His Blink Dagger to try and help push out these lanes with the X-Blink plays, but it does need to be careful as there is a Yule Scepter on BJ's Sank.
Both sides, all the ultimates available. Kunkka and CM, the only two without buybacks. Big 1.37, instant buyback there. BKBs get used, and NB actually going down quick, but will survive. Not for long. Coming back now with the Aegis. BKB used by Zephyr. Are they going to be able to kill this DK? A lot of damage from the ulti. But reinitiation and DJ with an epicenter. Looks like it's going to be a hold for the Tigers as DJ tries desperately to survive. They do not have protection. Sand King still able to make it out with the gem in tow. That's a great survival.
Yeah, that would have been a nice pickup for them if they could get him.
So that's a dieback on the Bane and the Aegis from Mirana. DK really the only true death there.
Yeah, definitely a good hold.
Yep, they do take a lot of damage on the tier 3 tower, but they hold nonetheless.
Yeah, Kunk able to get multiple big cleaves in that fight. The Tidebringer was used great, and the key thing for killing off the Dragon Knight, the BKB wears off, and then they throw magic damage at him. He gets hit by an Earth Splitter with the damage amp from the Natural Order. He took full damage from the Earth Splitter. 50% of his health was just removed because of the passive. That made DK a whole lot squishier.
Yeah. Earth Splitter, pretty darn good against those big tanky cores.
Yeah, he's got all this physical damage mitigation, but definitely can't deal with the magic damage as well. With a 5-second BKB here, does feel like ET needs to be one of the players to step up. Could approach that level 25 talent, get the Earth Splitter cooldown, become a whole lot scarier as well.
That definitely feels like the talent. You did go attack speed, but
yeah.
I'm
surprised if we get the lifesteal talent, even with this BKB AC build. The Echo Stomp damage talent is just bad, is my understanding of the ET players.
I think so as well. The lifesteal sounds good. 100% is incredible, but at this stage of the game, Elder Titan is just not about the right click. It is the Earth Splitter that is going to turn a fight for you.
And if you get a lot of right click damage thanks to your spirit, you don't need lifesteal. You're going to run in and punch people for 300 damage.
Yeah, they're going to die fast anyway.
Yeah.
Set up onto the Kunkka though, big damage. Abed with good positioning will be able to finish him off. The boat does come in at the last second, but now they catch 1.37. Dieback there, no buyback available on the Kunkka. TP's home. KYXY, he is going to be able to make it out. No way to interrupt.
DL
dead.
Has no TP. Can they hunt him down? Did they see? They saw him. Uh-oh, 458. He's got to run for that side shot, but they know exactly where he's going. Sanking's chasing.
Does not have a TP.
Oh, the AoE surge. They got there so fast.
Vacuum back. He has the BKB now. They'll even use the wall for this.
BKB just helps him find the real PL.
Yeah, not doing a hell of a lot. He's trying to run circles around them. That doppelganger cooldown is so annoying. But epicenter, no way to get out. And the PL, whoa, the lag there, will finally go down. So this seems like the beginning of the end. Kunkka will just cool down on his buyback, has the money, so could potentially use it, but they're headed straight for the base.
Just forcing a kill buyback here would be nice for them, but nothing to push to the bottom lane, but they can go through bottom into mid to top wherever they want to go.
Just gonna break that back door, and she's going down. There is a glyph. Feels like kind of the final hold though for the Tigers. PL will have to buy back almost 100%. There it is.
They're going to get some trades up top with KYXY, but this doesn't really feel great.
Oh no, not the range barracks. Oh, that's the melee. Okay, my bad. My bad. They killed the range before and left the melee. Even that, that's the same thing. Yeah. It's like, oh no, don't chip at our melee. It's not going to regen.
Yeah, I feel like Fnatic, I thought they might just go for the racks even with the PL buyback, but they're really respecting TNC Tigers and making sure they play this one as
52 minutes
as possible.
Yeah. It's smart though. I like this. They had a relatively easy game one. They didn't let it go to their heads. Still saying, hey guys, we rolled him once, but that doesn't mean we can do it again. They've got a much better lineup this time. There's now an Abyssal on the PL. We got to respect that.
Definitely some scary catch potential. Like even I think that top push kind of shows them that there are ways that DK can be brought down, can be made to be a whole lot squishier. A 1.8k damage nuke is definitely one of them.
Look at even this DK illusion. Look at this, and they're like, hey guys, let's see how far I can get this illusion if I just send it in the base. Makes it to the tier 4s. I'd say that's pretty darn good. Hex also coming for DJ. Big item there.
Very, very farm.
More control against the PL.
Talents. How's CM doing? Got the BKB, has the blink queued up, so We're going to see some nice freezing fields in fights. Has that level 20 damage talent for it as well. What do you mean, Pilot Eye? You're not getting 250 attack speed.
You know, I want to flame it, but he's had so many good freezing fields this game.
No, the 250 attack speed is awful.
I know. It's fun. It's cute, but it
is so bad.
Such an odd talent.
Now you suddenly want to sell all your items and buy right-click damage, but I mean, even then,
it's still just...
Yeah, you're still
and it's a lot of freezing field damage, too. It's not even like that's a bad talent. It adds a good bit.
Yep.
It's like a 25% damage buff or something. Maybe a little less, 20%.
I think some talents where I feel like Ice Rock just go forward. What if we give them something absurd like this?
Oh, Sun does actually connect on the PL. They get off a nice wall, and 458 gets destroyed. No buyback. And this could be the beginning of the end. No BKB on Wind Ranger either. Zephyr, decent Earth Splitter. He'll do what he can, but it still keeps Mirana pretty healthy as they glimmer cake through it. That's DJ with a big epi. They're dropping like flies. The freezing field with BKB. The buybacks they have, they'll use. Envy included, but now it is a 5v3. Envy will have to TP to the shrine. Dog his way down to the base. In your dream, doing what he can to clear up these creeps. They'll catch the Wind Ranger with a stun. Triple kill for Ahmed, and that's 3 down without buyback. Surge forward behind the tower, maybe looking for more, but they make it up to the high ground. Ahmed just hitting the tier 4s, not even going for the tier 3s up top. They know these buybacks are on cooldown, and they're just going to try to end this while they've got time left on the DK ult.
It doesn't look like there's anything to defend anymore. Kunkka's doing all he can, but hasn't really progressed well enough. Still late game with his items.
The burrow strike into the well. This is how you know things are going well. When Fnatic are just camping you.
Where did Radiant's middle tower go?
BKB, the final hold. Echo Stomp, they're doing what they can, but it's just not enough here, Parker. And Fnatic are looking good. One series away from a potential TI spot.
The matchup people expected for that first looking at best of 3 after this. One of those teams will secure their TA bet today, the other will still have a shot in the lower bracket.
Ngapain lo streamingin gak jelas? Ngapain lo? Stream Dota. Caster juga enggak ada tahun ini. Apanya? Lancar. Nggak apa-apain. Belum. Kenapa? Ayo PUBG yuk. Mobile. Udah nge-live. Gue bentar. Nimo sepilos. Lo kalau mau main mending main Cuk TV los.
Count it as on
Ya,
par
Cuk TV.
or even
Cuk TV
superior.
rame.
We have to find out when the time comes in a month.
Unduhan
You
udah
guys wanna show
1
all
juta.
that, you guys gotta make sure to stay tuned to the MAT
Nimo baru
Malaysia
berapa? 100.000. Lo juga ada webcam kan? Emang nggak bisa digabung? Gue mau top up PUBG lah. PUBG Mobile. Biar dapat itu bandana. Mumpung di Unipin gue masih ada.